Please go ahead.
All right, welcome to Blockchain World 2.0, the weekly program by Diaspora Digital Media in partnership with Digital Assets Management Academy. I'm Coach Parker, your host, also joined by Ibrahim Umawase. Ibrahim, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Tuchukurafil. It's a pleasure.
All right. This week, we spotlight a groundbreaking partnership between DAMA Academy and the Nigerian Government Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, DSTI. On September 3rd, 2025, a pivotal one-day sensitization workshop was held in Abuja, marking the beginning of a strategic collaboration designed to accelerate Nigeria's entry into the digital economy through blockchain technology and digital assets management. Now, this workshop brought together government officials, industry experts, and academics to build awareness and boost capacity in these emerging technologies. This move positions Nigeria to harness blockchain's potential, transforming sectors such as finance, healthcare, education, and governance. Today, we have two distinguished tutors from DAMA Academy who played vital roles in the workshop. First is Mr. Moses Obaje, popularly known as AI Prof, a leading instructor in artificial intelligence and blockchain applications. Next, we have Mrs. Shifra Poloma, affectionately called Digital Mama, whose expertise in digital literacy and asset management has empowered countless learners. Now, together, we shall explore the deeper implications of this partnership, the challenges ahead, and how Nigeria can leapfrog into a digital future. Mr. Moses Obaje, Mrs. Shifra Poloma, welcome to Blockchain World today.
Thank you, Mr. Tuchukwu, for having us. Happy being here once again.
Yes, all right. Let's start with Mr. Obaje. You know, when I saw the report of your engagement in Abuja, some weeks ago, I thought that the academy had engaged with the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, the one responsible for the whole territory of Nigeria. But I looked further to see that it was the Department of Science, Technology, and Innovation of the Federal Capital Territory only. Am I correct? Mr. Obaje?
Yeah, Federal Capital Territory. Yes, it's basically the Federal Capital Territory.
All right. And of course, it is something
You are not audible, Mr. Tuchukwu. I can't hear you any longer.
Your line is breaking, Mr. Tuchukwu.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
better.
Okay, I was saying that
your line seems to be breaking.
Okay, but it is okay now. So Abuja was a place to have started the blockchain awareness since it is the capital of Nigeria. But what is the significance? What is the significant, or how significant is the partnership between DAMA Academy and DSTI for Nigeria's digital economy?
Thank you, Mr. Tuchukwu. Having known that the world, the global space is tilting towards blockchain, digital assets, and artificial intelligence, the partnership between Digital Asset Management Academy and Department of Science, Technology, and Innovation is very, very significant because just like you rightly mentioned, we started from the center, which is the Federal Capital Territory, having understood that from the center you can disperse to other parts of the nation. And having known that this is a department that has the responsibility with regards to science, with technology, with innovations, and we know that the blockchain technology is an evolving technology, is an innovation that has come to stay. Like we all know that the global space is tilting towards that direction in whatever aspect you might think of, just like you rightly mentioned, be it the educational sector, be it the financial sector, where we are talking of decentralized finance, be it agriculture, all right, be it in business administrations, be it in security, be it in the voting patterns, all right, that is in the political arena. Blockchain is beginning to take shape. And so the partnership with DSTI is very, very significant, knowing fully well that yes, from there, they can pick it up also and see how it can be spread through the Federal Capital Territory and also other parts of the nation.
All right, thank you very much. I understand now the motivation behind this engagement and partnership is to see Nigeria remain competitive globally, because the world continues to be progressive, in terms of technology, and Nigeria, as the giant of Africa, needs to catch up with the trends around the world. But Mrs. Paloma, what are these, essential blockchain technologies that Nigeria must adopt in order to remain competitive globally?
As we all know, thank you, Mr. Yochuku. As we all know that the world is embracing emerging technologies. And one of the mandates of the DSTI, the Directorate for Science, Technology, and Innovation, is to cover aspects of innovation. The blockchain is a new innovation in this emerging technology, as an emerging technology. And as such, Nigeria cannot, be devoid of what is happening in the entire world. We can't be, out of it. And this is the right time for this. The engagement came at the right time, so that we as a nation, starting from that very department, to harness the potential of emerging technologies. And then we too will play a key role, in this space as it is. So the sensitization workshop couldn't have come at a better time. We're able to navigate for them to understand what blockchain entirely is. And then the digital asset management, like Prof. Moses said, this blockchain is not only on finances, no, but every sphere of life is certainly going to be affected by these emerging technologies. And with the coming of artificial intelligence, it highlights the importance of digital transformation to us as a nation. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Paloma. In your views, based on what you said, could this partnership be a model for other African countries looking to integrate blockchain into governance and their policy?
Yeah, as far as we are concerned, this space ought to be occupied by us in Africa. With the knowledge and the sensitization workshop we did, as far as we're concerned, starting from Nigeria, we'll take it further. In as much as DAMA Academy is in collaboration with some partners in the space, are already floating what we call African Blockchain Advocacy Group already. We came up with this idea about, I think, a month now, that it is not just only about Nigeria, but about Africa as well. We've started having space meetings, space live sessions, where, as far as we're concerned, it is not only Nigeria, but we are going beyond Nigeria so that the African continent itself will compete relatively in every sphere of blockchain and digital asset management and artificial intelligence with the rest of the world. Thank you.
So I just want to add more to what Digital Mama just said. Now, if you look at DAMA itself, as we speak today, DAMA is not just Nigeria. In fact, DAMA is not just Africa. DAMA is going global with regards to blockchain, digital assets, and artificial intelligence. Even as we speak today, we have other instructors that are not Nigerians, they are Africans. And over time, based on the roadmap, the global space, we will have instructors from all over the world, from the Asian continent, from Europe, from the European continent, you understand, to advocate for this technology that has come to change the landscape of doing business in whatever aspect you might think of. Technology is always evolving. And one of the things that I always tell people is that do not be left behind, because one of the challenges we have in Nigeria and in Africa is when the technology has gone so deep that the gap is so wide, unimaginary, before we begin to keep. But now that, yes, this technology came in 15, 16 years ago, or like thereabout, but it's still new. In fact, based on the interactions we've had with several people, several organizations, agencies, some people, even in the financial sector, do not even know what is blockchain. So the earlier we continue this advocacy, the earlier we continue to educate the space, the better for the African continent. So it's not just for Nigeria, it's not even just for Africa, but it's for the entire global space. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obaje. You know, we in the global south, Africa in particular, we are vastly populated. We have a lot of villages. How do you plan to ensure that this knowledge reaches not only urban centers, but also rural communities?
All right. You see, that's why I love blockchain. In some of our interactions, we made it clear that as far as there is internet connectivity, you can get access to this knowledge. Imagine, okay, I am speaking to you from the last alphabet of in Nigerian states, which is Zamfara. Do you understand? Why is that so? Because of the internet connectivity. And I can bet you there are rural communities that still connect because they have network connectivity. The greatest challenge is if there is no network connectivity. In fact, I could remember some few years ago, I had to travel out of Zamfara because of some challenges of network, and I did not return. Excuse me, because I was seeking for access to informations. So one of the greatest challenges that we might encounter is maybe rural communities that do not have access to network connectivity. But as far as Nigerian space is concerned, to an extent, I think the government has done justice to that, where most villages, no matter how crooked it might look like, no matter how remote it might look like, you'll find that there is a little of network connectivity, internet access, even though if it might not be strong. So I believe over time, and just like you rightly mentioned, the advocacy is getting ground. As far as DAMA is concerned, in fact, we are looking at regional directorates as far as the academy is concerned. And from the region, you can access any locality because the people around that region know their locality better than the center. You understand, and they can be able to interact with the people around that region better, maybe in language, level of education, socialization, and what have you. So it's a broad spectrum as far as the advocacy for blockchain is concerned, and DAMA is not taking it for granted. We have hit the ground rolling. In fact, it is not just the FCT, no. In fact, we are having other collaborations with other state governments, and soon you will hear that coming forth. We will engage you so that you can come and cover such events over time.
We would love
And
to
I think
do the cover.
I want to add to what Prof said, your question. We're all aware that when the phone came, you understand, people thought those in the rural communities were going to be left out. But that doesn't seem to be the case. That's a typical example to show you the length and breadth where information can reach. We now have farmers being allocated fertilizer and other farming implements via their phone. And we cannot underestimate equally the power of the media. We have the social media, we have TV stations, we have radio stations, and then the print media, of which some of them came even while we went for that one-day sensitization workshop and covered that very particular event. So that is to tell you that the reach has just started and we're going to go places. Why? Because members of the DAMA Academy are spread across, as Prof said, across the length and breadth of the world. We are spread all over the 36 states of the Federation. And as an academy, like Prof said, more is coming up as to looking at state offices, regional offices in that guise until we reach the grassroots. But meanwhile, as the case may be, we are doing both physical meetings and then online meetings as well. All this is geared towards reaching out to the unreached, because blockchain is all about reaching out to the unreached among us. Whether they are literate or not, it will get to them and they'll get to understand, just as they got to understand how to use the phone. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bajie, I have to commend the government because anything that is happening within a society, the government is involved in it, is usually seen as genuine. But I would like you to, expatiate on the content of the partnership, the agreement you reached with the government. I mean, what roles did the government agree to play in this partnership? So in concrete terms, could you tell us the roles, both you and the government, is it in terms of creating more workshops or in terms of financial sponsorship or support? Tell us, please.
All right. Now, one of the mandates of DSTI, like we already mentioned, is innovation. And also, they deal mainly with education also. In fact, they have schools that have been managed by the Department of Science, Technology, and Innovation. One of the key things that the partnership is embedded with is, number one, sensitization. Sensitize people on blockchain, digital assets, the management of digital assets, the use of blockchain technology, the use of artificial intelligence. With artificial intelligence in place now, an innovation that is expected to take maybe 5-10 years can be done in 5 weeks or 5 months. So there is that collaboration where we need to sensitize the entire public on blockchain technology, on digital assets management and innovations. And also, we are looking at if over time there will be a means of certification that will come from the government itself with regards to blockchain technology. That is to say, where we can have a curriculum for blockchain technology in schools, be it the primary, be it the secondary, be it the tertiary institutions. They have a curriculum to go through so that they become very, very knowledgeable and gain expertise with regards to the blockchain technology. And also how innovations, just like a digital mama rightly mentioned when we were talking about the rural community. Now, blockchain can be used in agriculture. It's a technology that also the Department of Science and Technology can, which is part of their mandate, can also see how it can be developed, whereby from the point of land clearing up to the point of harvest, up to the point of storage, or up to the point of getting into the market space, this can be monitored by using blockchain technology. So it's a wide spectrum pattern of engagement, which at the moment we are still trying to streamline what DSTI wants and what we can also offer. But as of now, the forefront is sensitization and education, and at the same time looking at if we can have a curriculum for schools that are under the management of the DSTI, and from there we take it further.
All right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obaje. Clearly, sensitization should be the first stage. And what's the area I'm most interested in? You know, in Nigeria, we have a lot of policies, but policy implementation is our problem. How confident are you that the government is going to implement those good policies you mentioned? We have seen in countries like Pakistan, now they are trying to diversify their economy through the digital assets. And even the current US president is a fan of the digital assets also. As an expert, the first question is, how confident are you? And the second one, what advice do you have for the government to diversify our economy through the digital space?
In fact, you see, just like we rightly mentioned, sensitization is very, very key. It's very, very important. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Now, as far as the government is concerned, just like you rightly mentioned, we have good policies, but implementation is a challenge. And that's why from our interaction with DSTI, it looks as if it's just like the base for us to start up so that the government can see the need of what we are doing as something that is very, very important. And thank God, if you could remember a few years ago, we cannot just come and talk about cryptocurrencies on the space. We cannot come and talk about blockchain on the space. Why? Because the government was against it. But because of the government in place, where there is more of innovation tilted or encompassed in governance, are also looking at, okay, how can we diversify our economy from just oil? And we know the digital space is another area, an ICT, whereby our economy can be diversified and we have more sources of revenue for the government. In fact, of recent, I think I saw an analysis where the government was saying they should try as much as possible, the CBN should try as much as possible to see how they can also bring in transactions that goes on within the cryptocurrency space so that they can also take part in it. We know it is a centralized and autonomous entity, the blockchain, but how can government also benefit from such. Just like we rightly mentioned, with the right technology in place, now maybe you set up a blockchain ecosystem for a farmer from the time of land clearing up to the time of harvest, up to the time where he accesses the market. Now you are offering him a service. You understand? Technologically, you're offering him a service, and which is beneficial to him. And so, because it is beneficial to him, he also has to pay his own dues. You understand? In fact, with blockchain, you can track taxation. You understand? Now, at the end point of it, you know what this gentleman who is in the rural community planted. You know the health implication of what he used, be it maybe organic or inorganic fertilizer. You understand? At the end point, you know the harvest, what he was able to harvest. You understand? You know the cost of what he took to the market. So you know his earning per capital. You understand? And so when you are taking tax from him, you know that okay, you are taking the right thing from him. He's not underpaying government, or the government is not overcharging him for taxation. So these are things that the government needs to understand, that it is not just blockchain is not just under finance. It's not just it has to do with security. And like I said, it has to do with electioneering process. So there are a lot of benefits that the government, when they look critically, it will be of enormous advantage to governance and also to revenue generation for the country.
Well, I love when you said election or electioneering, but it has to do with the political will, because we have seen what happened in 2023.
That is it. That is it.
Yeah.
Just like, sorry, Mr. Tochukwu, just like Ibrahim said, good policies. Nigeria, we have good policies, very good. We have good brains as far as policies generation is concerned. But one of the greatest challenge that we know is the implementation. And with blockchain, I can tell you that this can be drastically reduced. All right, this can be drastically reduced, and you see more of project implementations come in faster and being executed the way they ought to be executed, because it is going to be a transparent procedure. It's going to be, the system is transparent. Everybody sees what you are doing, how you are doing it, the benefit, the direction you are going. So you will have better results when using the blockchain technology in governance. And so also, even in the electioneering process, just like you rightly mentioned, there's going to be transparency. You don't even need to go to the polling unit to go and vote. There are a lot of things that are embedded in it, but let's just leave that for now. Just like you said, it's the political will. But I believe over time, technology has come, and you cannot beat it. You cannot stop it. That's just the truth. So over time, I believe the government will begin to also look into that and see that Nigeria becomes a better space, and even Africa in general.
All right. Now, my question to Mrs. Poloma, in the Nigerian education system, one challenge we usually encounter is lack of instructional materials, or inadequate or half-baked medium or media of instruction. For example, you have untrained teachers or not properly trained teachers in secondary schools, and teachers and the teaching are very key when you come to, bringing up or having your children or the students properly equipped with knowledge. So what I want to ask, on the part of the DAMA Academy, I know we have instructors, well-bred experts like you, Mr. Baji, and Mrs. Poloma, but I'm making this as a suggestion. If the academy will kind of have, a simulated or computer-generated videos that, bring this blockchain technology, pieces them, break them down piece by piece, so that the ordinary person will understand. All you just do is just to go to YouTube and download these videos. And when you listen to them, you will have a well-grounded or better understanding of them, because you will not always be there to teach. There has to be something like videos that are already there permanently on the YouTube, so that people, wherever you are, you can download them and have access to them. What do you think, Mrs. Poloma?
Thank you for that question. Honestly, in fact, that is just the mandate of DAMA Academy. So far, since we began this journey as an academy, in as much as, yes, we have physical classes, but most of our classes are online. And even to the hierarchy meetings we have, we record them. All presentations we do 3 times a week, 6 times a week, 3 days, 6 times a week are recorded. We are on YouTube as well, and various other social media platforms. And whenever we have a presentation, it's recorded and dropped there for anyone that goes to that page to be able to access. And aside from that, our CEO has formed the habit of dropping voice notes to express and to explain to the layman what the blockchain and digital asset management is all about. And I can proudly say that this is a chief executive that is always available to drop these notes from time to time in all our various social media platforms that you could pick and forward to as many people as you can as members of the community. So our academy is open. And as far as we are concerned, though we are a work in progress, we have plans to even have like a TV station. And so we are not just limited in our outreach and our outlook. No, we are engaging in various platforms, various forums, and these forums have give room for recorded presentations, recorded messages, and what have you, which we always admonish those that are already in DAMA Academy to share it out to those that are outside the academy, so that they'll get adequate knowledge and even come to be part of the academy. And in these guys, trainings, as we navigate the space, we are open to members coming into the academy to learn and then become tutors themselves, so that the outreach, because the space is large, and you cannot have just a few people doing this job. But as many as come into that academy, receive training, are equally trained to go and teach others, so that, it's like a training in process, a training in progress, and that is who we are in DAMA Academy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let me add more to what Digital Mama had just said. Remember, I made mention of the curriculum with the issue of DSTI, where we need to get a curriculum so that the knowledge with regards to blockchain technology, digital assets management, artificial intelligence can also be part and parcel of the educational process in the physical schools. And that will give us the opportunity also to have a streamlined mode of teaching with regards to blockchain technology, even within the online ecosystem. And just like you already mentioned, you made mention of recorded trainings, videos, and which she has explained. In fact, of late, a directorate has just been created within DAMA Academy that has to do with media and public relations. So everything that we've been doing over time will be collated, all right, and then it might be posted on our website. It will be posted on our Telegram pages, on our YouTube pages. You understand, so that this knowledge can go far and wide. And with the curriculum coming in place, you will see that there will be different stages. In fact, blockchain, more of it shouldn't be theoretical. What DAMA is majorly concerned is not just the theoretical aspect, but also the practical application of this technology in various sectors of governance and economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baje. And after this question, I think we're going to the question and answer session. Our participant, if you have any question, drop it in the chat. So before that, out of curiosity, Mr. Obaje and Mrs. Poluma, I'm a kind of person that believes that Africa, as an Africans, we are left behind. And in most cases, we're just followers. Everything we just see and join the bandwagon. And I believe we have the human and the material capital to do everything humanly possible in this world. I want to know the requirements for someone to create these tokens, these coins that we are having, and whether it is possible for us to have our own African-based coin. Because what I realize is most of these coins are being developed outside Africa.
All right, Mr. Ibrahim, that's a tough one. Now, creating token is technological. It has a process, a very wide process. But I can bet you, all right, that Africans are up and doing now. Nigerians are up and doing now. All right. All we need is integrity in the space. You know, one of the problems we have is from the Western world is that it has to do with our own integrity. You understand? And there are a lot of challenges. There are a lot of, how do I put it? I don't know the right word to use. In blockchain, most especially when you're talking of decentralized finance, where we bring in cryptocurrencies, right, which has to do with these tokens, there are a lot of strategies that are embedded, you understand, which you, who is not knowledgeable, you just come and dive in, not knowing that this technology, what you are seeing on the physical, is not what it is behind the scene. So, and without the knowledge, you will just dive in, and at the end of it all, you begin to weep. So it has to do with integrity. And so, how good is our integrity with regards to dealing in this space matters a lot. So that the Western world should have that belief that Africans also can do even much more better than they are. Just like you already mentioned, we have the manpower, most of our engineers, technologists are doing well outside the continent. So once we have a good platform, a good environment to operate, I bet you greater things will come out from Africa, specifically Nigeria. Just like I said, we have projects today on the blockchain with regards to decentralized finance that the creators are Nigerians. I can bet you. So we've already started taking up the space, and we will do better over time. And that's why even the implementation of this blockchain technology in different sectors of our economy is very much possible, because we have the technocrats on ground that can do that. It's for the government to partner with these technocrats and see how this can be brought to limelight. So, but building tokens is already a done deal within the Nigerian context. Yes, I can tell you that.
Mrs. Poloma, Mr. Obaje talk about integrity, and yes, trust is the most expensive treasure. And what is happening to us as Africans? I understand that our system, our political system, most especially, is rotten. Corruption has taken over. I mean, even animals in Nigeria swallow money. So, what do you think is right? What do you think we're not doing right from a moral point of view as a mother? And what do you think we to do that would be possibly better to revive our norms and moral values as Africans?
Thank you for that all-important question. They always say charity begins at home. We keep talking about our leaders, they are bad, the politicians are this, are that, and I keep telling people that values, inculcating moral values, starts from the home. If I remember back then, our parents didn't need to pick a stick to hit us. Mere look. Just by looking at you, you know that you've done something wrong. It's even better to carry a stick and beat you. But in today's society, we discovered that we as parents that we had discipline are now accepting. Though we know the society has changed, but then that moral values need to be inculcated right from the home. Because when you don't discipline a child from the home, I mean, what do you expect? So it boils down to me and you. We have to start from ourselves. We have to review ourselves as individuals and see and ensure it doesn't matter what your neighbor is doing, but you do the right thing. It is bottom line. When you do the right thing, with time, over time, even that neighbor that is doing the wrong thing will see something in you, will learn something with you. You'll become a role model. But as long as we don't do self-examination and then decide to do the right things within ourselves, why? Because others are doing the wrong thing, then I bet you will never get it right. So it boils down to us as individuals checking ourselves. If everyone that has a conscience that pricks him does the right thing, I think, Sky will be our starting point. It all boils down from the home. If you don't train from the home, whatever that comes out of your home can be a nuisance to the society. That's just the bottom line. And the nuisance that you put out there in the society, you understand, will one day come to haunt you down because you didn't do the right thing from the onset. So my take or my advice to us as a people is that wherever you are, whoever you are, start from yourself. Who are you? What positivity are you, what positive mindset do you have that will affect the society? It starts from you. Even if everybody is doing the wrong thing, do the right thing. A time will come that. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Mrs. Polova. Mr. Obaje, how does artificial intelligence complement blockchain in this new landscape? Because we understand that AI is body scan AI, for example. What makes it to be revolutionary, and what makes it to likely overtake Bitcoin in the foreseeable future is the fact that it is AI propelled. So what does AI have to do in the blockchain world? What difference will it make?
Now, artificial intelligence, which is also another evolution on its own, when matched with blockchain, makes it much more better, knowing fully well that blockchain is transparent and is immutable. You understand, and then you bring in an aspect of intelligence that even thinks faster, better, implements faster, better than humans into that technology. What do you think will happen? You know, I made an analysis with DST. I was telling them maybe you have a certain problem and three people come together to solve that problem. And then that same problem, somebody is having that same problem and he is trying to solve that problem on his own. Now, these are three good heads and this is one good head. What do you think will be the outcome? Which will perform better? Which one do you think will perform better?
The first one, like the one with AI.
Now, because these are different minds coming together to solve a particular problem. So everyone is bringing his own sphere of contribution. So that's what is going to happen with the blockchain ecosystem when artificial intelligence is being embedded into it. And that's, like we all know, that's where the world is also heading to, artificial intelligence. Be it in schools, be it in governance, what have you, in the finance sector, artificial intelligence is already taking the space. So when it is being connected with blockchain, I want to tell you that it's going to be a firebrand. And that's why, just like the body scan AI, you see, it's an embodiment of both blockchain and artificial intelligence. And that's why you see we're not taking it lightly, because we know what it is going to do over time. Looking at the roadmap of the developers of this application, you understand, and what is embedded in that application when it is fully deployed, developed and deployed, having been powered by artificial intelligence that has the speed, that has the accuracy that the world so desires, and also having an application that is transparent, that is immutable, that is non-corrupt, that is secured. Gentlemen, it will be the spice of the day. So artificial intelligence and blockchain being combined together, for now, I cannot even explain better how it is going to look like, but it's going to be quite explosive. Thank you.
But what challenges do you foresee in implementing this partnership, at the national level, the blockchain solutions? What challenges do you foresee in implementing?
Yes, there will be bottlenecks. There will be bottlenecks. Whatever has advantage also has its disadvantages. You understand? Let us just tell ourselves the fact. Just like Mr. Ibrahim mentioned of policy implementation. You understand? Corruption can also be a problem. You understand? What do you have for me before I push up this your matter to the required authority for action? Also, the understanding, basic understanding of what the blockchain, artificial intelligence have come to solve is also very, very important. That's why you see our major focus as at now is sensitization. And also try as much as possible to see that how can this technology also take away the burden of financial inappropriation, financial dependence on government. You understand? Most especially with the civil service sector. You work for 35 years and your take home cannot take you home. So how can you use this knowledge, this technology to build your life after retirement? Just like I made some analysis some months back. You are in the civil service. In the last 16 years, you bought Bitcoin with just 1,000 naira. As of today, you are a billionaire. You are a billionaire in naira, from 1,000 to a billionaire. So people need to get this knowledge. People need to get to be sensitized. You understand? To understand that, yes, there are ways that you can even benefit more even while you render your services to your nation, not holistically depending that the nation should take all your problems upon upon itself, while you can also take care of yourself and help your nation to grow. Thank you very much.
I appreciate your contribution. Mrs. Poloma, what advice do you have for Nigerians who want to start learning about blockchain and digital assets?
My advice to people is that we should try as much as possible to navigate the space very well. Like DAMA Academy offers free online trainings. Even the DSTI engagement partnership that we did, each one of us in the academy contributed to transport ourselves to go and offer that knowledge free. We did that as a social responsibility. And we're doing all what we can in our various forums as social responsibility. The only time an issue of probably financing will come in is if you want a physical engagement where you'll be given one-on-one attention. Even as at that, the stipend is just small. So as far as I'm concerned, for anyone that wants to learn more, there are a lot of literatures out there. The major problem with us as Africans is that the white man says, if you want to hide knowledge from the black man, put it in a book. We don't read. We don't care to dig deep. There are 1,000,001 ways to learn in this space, to get information in this space. YouTube videos are there over the years since the blockchain came into existence. I encourage the general public to try as much as possible to, if you cannot join us in DAMA Academy, but we'll prefer you come to DAMA Academy because we offer this knowledge free. We have engagements on Twitter, on most of our social media platforms to offer this knowledge free. And we are also trying to go into partnerships with states across the length and breadth of the Federation and departments and agencies to be able to offer this knowledge of sensitization free. Then thereon, people can now go for a one-on-one deeper training. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Poloma. We are running out of time, but I would like to ask this question. Mr. Obaje, where do you see Nigeria in the global blockchain and digital innovation space 5 years from now, if this partnership is maximized? Real quick, please.
Now, even at the moment, Nigeria is the hierarchy. I think Nigeria as a country, if I'm not mistaken, is the fourth.
Yeah.
Is the fourth as far as blockchain technology is concerned. And that's why our government needs to sit up. Having understood that this is where the position that Nigeria is occupying in terms of this technology, our government needs to step up and see how we can move Nigeria to be at the top. Let the world follow us. And it's very much possible. So you said in the next 5 years, I see Nigeria becoming, if not the first, becoming the second with this sensitization, with these trainings, expositions, and what have you, both in the rural, in the urban communities, both online and offline, both with corporate organizations and with the government, partnering together to fuel this cause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Obaje, what role, Mrs. Shipra Poloma, I'm sorry, what role do you believe the African diaspora can play in strengthening this partnership and driving blockchain adoption in Africa?
I think we'll encourage the Nigerians in the diaspora to get in contact with us in DAMA and keep on engaging us in their various communities. We are willing and ever ready to partner with them to be able to reach out and reaching out as fast as possible with knowledge. And most especially, the issue of integrity is key. DAMA Academy, if we can go to an organ of government and offer this sensitization free, it means we know we are what we say we are. The integrity is there. We feel it's a social responsibility. And so we're ever willing and ready to partner with Nigerians in the diaspora so that we'll see how we can reach out to their various communities in Nigeria to offer these services. And then Nigeria will be a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The floor is still open to our audience. If you have questions, you drop it in the chat. Any questions, suggestions, comments from our participants?
And I think I want to chip in there one thing before we leave. The issue of blockchain, it boils down to us as individuals. If we, as a people, accept and then are knowledgeable, I think we can push the government to do it. And that is what we are here to do. Yes, we're talking to government, the bureaucratic bottlenecks are there, but then the individuals that we're educating can form a force to be reckoned with, that we as a people can push the government to do this thing for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Tochukwurafel, do you have anything, or we should just call it a day?
Now, what I would like to see is to have that technology in our electoral system and our education system, because the education system we have today is largely, we have not employed technology enough. We need to be using computer technology to teach the students as medium of instruction in our classrooms. This traditional style of teaching. Then in the electoral system, what I said before, political will is still lacking. We need political will on the part of our leaders. Without political will, we are wasting our time acquiring all this technology. No. The beavers is a typical example.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we draw the curtain. What a powerful and eye-opening session we've had today. We have seen clearly what's the partnership between Digital Assets Management Academy, DAMA, and the Nigerian Government Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, DSTI. It's more than just an agreement. It is a bridge between knowledge and policy, between innovation and national development. From what our distinguished speakers, Mr. Obaje, our AI prof, and Mrs. Shipra Puluma, Digital Mama, have shared, one thing stands out. Nigeria is not just observing the global blockchain revolution. We are positioning ourselves to be at the forefront. This collaboration promises to open doors for education, innovation, regulation, and even foreign investment, transforming blockchain from buzzword into a real driver of economic growth. But beyond policy and partnership, today's discussion is also a call to action to our youths, innovators, entrepreneurs, and the diaspora community. The blockchain future will not wait for us. We must be bold enough to seize it, skilled enough to shape it, and united enough to own it. As we bring this session to a close, we extend our gratitude to Diaspora Digital Media and Digital Asset Management Academy, the proud sponsors of this program, for leading the change in blockchain education and innovation. Until we meet again, don't forget to like this video, hit that notification bell to get alerted when we drop in new content. Let's remember, the future of digital transformation in Nigeria is not in the hands of few. It belongs to all of us. Let's learn, let's innovate, and let's lead. Thank you for joining us today, and have a worthy day ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, our guest.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
And bye-bye.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the meeting so well.